So, tens of thousands of Apple fans have finally been able to get their hands on the computer giant's latest gadget. The iPad flew off the shelves when the computer officially went on sale yesterday, with thousands pre-ordered. The device has been available in America since April, where 1 million were sold in the first 28 days. So, 24 hours on, are those new iPad owners going to be happy with their latest purchase? And there you go. It's all fairly impressive stuff. That Sky News app is a little bit small on the screen, but you get the general idea. Let's talk to Tom Dunmore of Stuff Magazine, who's in central London. Also with us here in the studio, technology journalist Adrian Mars. Tom, to you first of all, worth the hype?
Yeah, I think so. I've been living with the iPad for about a week now, and at first I thought it was, it was a device looking for a reason, looking for a purpose. But the more I use it, the more I find I kind of get addicted to it. Apple really knows how to make great software and hardware that people really want, but crucially it does serve a purpose, which is that kind of sitting back on the sofa, browsing, reading the newspapers, even watching TV on it. You can access a number of TV services. So I think it does have a purpose, but of course for a lot of people it will be a luxury.
Adrian, it has to be said, when we were talking just in the break, you were saying, well, you wouldn't want one, you wouldn't advise people to get one. I've just had to snatch this from your hands.
Well, I stand by it. I'm a lot more cynical. It is a lovely, lovely device, but I think it's too expensive for what it does. £400 is a lot of money compared to maybe £250 for a small netbook, a small laptop computer that'll do a lot more. And its biggest flaw is that it doesn't run Flash. And it doesn't, and that means it won't play an awful lot of video that you find on the web. So you can pootle around, look for, and continually I find, and the same is true of the iPhone, where it's much more forgivable. It's a mobile device. It's really going to be used on the sofa. It's too big on the whole to carry around. It's a device for consuming media. It's not a device for creating media. It doesn't have a keyboard, though you can use a cordless keyboard with it, but then why not use a laptop? I think that's part of the reason why the tablet has never really caught on. There's lots of attempts, and we're already seeing sort of quite a lot of people, quite a lot of bloggers are saying, well, I've bought mine and it's already gathering dust. It hasn't quite found a use.
But it has to be said, Tom, in all of this, I mean, it's incredibly tactile, isn't it? It does feel very user-friendly. It's a delight to get hold of and play with. But is it anything more than a big iPod?
It is a bit more, and I think the fact that you have this kind of big screen on it that really makes the most of Apple's multi-touch control system, which is what you get on the iPhone as well. It creates very immersive experiences. Now, it's not a netbook, it's not a netbook replacement, it's not a work tool, but what it is a device, for consuming media. I don't think that the Flash thing is that big a problem. There's a lot of video out there that you can get that's not in Flash format. You can watch pretty much all the Freeview channels streamed to it. There's a lot of apps that are being developed, and this is the key thing. Apple has got this software platform where developers are making games, utilities, all sorts of things for the iPhone, and now they're doing it for the iPad as well. And it's those apps that are getting people really excited, and those will really promote it and give the device a longevity that perhaps otherwise it wouldn't happen. This is not the same as the previous tablets that have come before. This is the first tablet that's been designed to use fingers, where you touch what's going on the screen.
Go on, Adrian.
I don't entirely disagree with you. It is the first tablet that really works quite well. But for a device for consuming media that you can't play an awful lot of video on, it's not that great. I would also hold off. There's Google's bringing out a load of Android tablets. And we should see the first really displayed in about a week, and they'll go on sale over the next few months.
I mean, that's a fascinating point, though, isn't it?
They're going to be a lot cheaper, because Google are giving away the software. So they should be, I would expect, something like half the price. We don't know how good they're going to be, but there's every chance. I think you would feel a fool if you bought an iPad now and found that you can buy something as good. And I would really wait to see people use it.
It is about things being as good, and that's the key point. And Tom, what do you make of that, in the sense that there are other PC tablets on the market? There's an Arcos 9, for example. I know there are the HP tablet, and as Adrian was saying, these Google Android tablets that are going to be coming online. PC slates, it would seem, would offer more because you can do more on them, but why is it that nobody else can get this sort of tactile thing going, where you can just really play about with things in the same way and just do whatever you like? I mean, why is it, Tom, that no one else can really get hold of this in the same way?
Well, I think the key thing is the fact that Apple does make both the hardware and the software, and it puts a lot of time into making the two work seamlessly together, and that's not something you get with Android, which is a software platform, and other people build the design and build the hardware.
But
so you get a lot more variety in the hardware.
People are reporting that the multi-touch does work really well on Android. All the early reports are that this is great, and actually Android phones, thanks to the iPhone, I'm sure Android wouldn't be as great if it wasn't for the iPhone having to be competed against. But all the evidence is that actually Google are competing on this front. Android phones are great. The only real reason not to buy an Android phone at the moment is there aren't as many apps available, because they came late at the market and they took longer to get their app store to really work. But they're catching up really fast. So I think the biggest problem before was that either they were small companies who weren't very good at getting tablets together and they weren't very good at getting critical mass, or it was Microsoft trying to sort of pigeonhole their desktop operating systems inappropriately into a tablet. It didn't work very well, and the tablet's hardware and screens weren't as good as they are now. We didn't have multi-touch. All this technology has come together. Apple have given everybody else a big push and show really the standards you have to meet. So I'm sure there'll be lots of other things. The big question is the tablet actually going to survive? Are enough people, once the hype dies down, really going to want a tablet just for consuming media?
But when you talk about consuming media, and there's lots of talk, of course, about the apps, which everyone is pretty obsessed with, all thanks to iPhones and iPods and all the rest of it, Tom. I'm just checking out, I was going through various newspapers. We know newspapers are really struggling at the moment. Could this be their salvation? Because, it has to be said, it's much more enjoyable reading, got the Sun up at the moment, but the Sun, the Telegraph, the Times, whatever you want to look at, it's more fun doing it on this.
It is, absolutely. It's also more fun looking at the website. So I think it's quite it's interesting how the newspapers are looking at iPad. I've just downloaded the Times app, which is a nice experience, but it's much more like you reading the newspaper. And interestingly, they don't have breaking news built into that app, which seems slightly bizarre to me when you're talking about a connected digital device and you don't have the stuff that's breaking. There's definitely a way to be found of integrating that sort of stuff in there. But yeah, I think publishers are seeing this as a real opportunity to make up for the stuff that they're giving away for free on the web. Suddenly now that they can charge for it because of the App Store. And apps are crucial. The fact that Android has less apps is one of the reasons people don't buy the phone. But also, the quality of the apps doesn't tend to be quite as good. Obviously, Apple police the App Store very, very hard, and a lot of people don't like the way they do that, but it does ensure a consistent quality with the apps. Now, I think that Android is going to be absolutely huge. It will overtake iPhone in terms of sales, and no doubt the tablets will be good as well, but the market is big enough in phones to support it, and I think it will grow the market in terms of tablets, where the iPad or the Android, people will get tablets this year or next.
OK, Tom and Adrian, thank you both very much indeed. And I have to say, I was a bit of a sceptic, but it's very hard to put it down once you get hold of it. So we shall wait and see.
Wait a few weeks.
We shall wait and see. I'm not buying one just yet. We shall wait and see. Gents, thank you.